What do you think enabled the team balance?
The energy the second unit brought on the defensive end in the second quarter, I think, changed the outcome of that game. And it's what we've been preaching all year, but it was really the first time we saw all five guys on the court talking defensively, whether it was switching or our normal package of weeks and ices and a bunch of other terminology that you guys probably have no idea what it is, but they were all talking. And when that happened, we started moving as a unit defensively, and it allowed us to get out and go on a run. And I think we just, we kind of carried the momentum through from that point on. Oh, yeah, absolutely. The second quarter stretch was the best we've been defensively, and in my opinion, all year long. Vindication for. I know who the vindication's for. Who? For me? Why do I need it? No, but that's why groups build chemistry together, and that group has it. They've been one of the best groups of five starters or benches all season long in the NBA, and we feel that we have a big advantage when that group gets on the court together, and that's why we try so hard to keep them in somewhat similar rotations and when they're going to be subbing in and whatnot. And I love giving guys a chance to play. I mean, T-Rob was great for us tonight. He hasn't really had an opportunity all season. Almost had a double-double tonight. And it's nice to reward people that come into work every day and work really hard and don't get the same opportunities as other players. So, to be able to keep the second unit together and give other guys opportunities when we can, we'd like to try that. A lot. And even more so when we break down the film and we see, when you break down film, you see a lot of mistakes. And as coaches, you're obviously nitpicking, and it's, probably not fair, but there's a lot of stuff that we need to clean up and get better at. But the fact that, we're 9-9 now, I think speaks a lot to the effort that our guys are playing with, the trust that they're having in each other. And not as much on the execution of the plays and getting the defensive schemes down pat, which is where we want to be. But in the meantime, if we can keep playing hard and competing, I'm confident we'll get the more complicated stuff down as well, and then we can make real growth happen.
Where is that point where effort or execution needs to be the main part of it?
Well, it all the time, honestly. It's what we're trying to do every day is work on that execution. It's like at the end of the game today, I called that timeout late because that second unit that was great, they just started running high pick and rolls for the last 5.5 minutes. And that's, although we get to waste more clock doing that, and where the lead was, it's not a bad option. We're not there yet. We're not at a point yet where we can go use the final, stretch of a game and not work on plays and work on executing for when we're in those situations and it's a 3-point game, not a 15-point game. So it's, it's more important than the effort, and we'll continue to stress that to the guys. But I think what you were asking was, is that why we're winning? And the answer is yes. The effort and the competitiveness has been off the charts almost every night for our guys. But we need to get the execution up to par with that.
At what point did you envision the bench having a bigger role as it's had? Did you see that months ago, or is that something that...
No, that was when the preseason, when we kept trying to tweak lineups. We got to the point where it was the bench was becoming pretty special even in the preseason as far as what they were doing. And it got to the point where we didn't want to, as we were looking for a starting lineup, we also wanted to make sure we kept that that core of bench players together.
When you're talking about that second unit, how do you see the skills that those guys have complement each other?
Well, we got obviously big time scorers in JC and Lou Will. Brandon is length, can guard multiple positions. Larry and T Black can switch, and we feel confident with them guarding perimeter players, and they're great rebounders. So there's a lot of options we have, and we can run Lou at the point. We can run BI mostly at the point, so he can play make. And then we kind of just they do a great job of reading off each other. Who's feeling, who's feeling? Is JC going? Is Lou going? Does BI have a post up mismatch that we can get to? T Black and Larry are dynamic rollers. Larry's a phenomenal playmaker. So there's just so many different things that group does well that I think it's pretty hard to scout to try to take one thing away. It was nice to have Nick back in the. It was nice to have Nick back in the starting lineup. He's done it all season for us, where he's kind of a knockdown 3-point shooter that gets the crowd into it. He hits shots when we need it, when the offense isn't really working for us. And it was, I thought he, for not playing in the last 3-4 days, however long it's been, he was really good tonight.
What do you do to prepare? Or do you say something for this stretch of 4 and 5 nights on the road? I mean, that's got to be a challenge.
It is a challenge, and we're going from the south to the north back to the south. It makes zero sense, but we'll talk about that in practice tomorrow. And you do your best to as far as preparing, just trying. I know it's cliche, but just literally trying to take one game at a time. As coaches, we'll look bigger picture than that as far as minutes and how much certain guys are playing. But the message to the players is, we got New Orleans to start it off. Let's try to start with a win and focus all on that. Yeah. I mean, I think he'll be back at some point this trip. Very impressed with our guys. I mean, hasn't been an easy stretch either. I mean, we played the Warriors twice. Atlanta's a great team. Played them, so it's not just them, figuring out ways to do it and getting a big win for us tonight. But it's doing it against elite competition, and real happy and proud that they continue to want it and continue to show growth. And I mean, one of the messages tonight, Atlanta forces first or second most amount of turnovers in the league. We had 9 turnovers tonight. They're one of the best rebounding teams in the league. We have 53 rebounds tonight. So it's like these little things that you see where it's easier to say we're hurt, we've lost 2 in a row. Like, we play in the NBA. We got a road trip coming up. It doesn't really matter. Our guys, continue to fight and prove that they want to be better and they want to win.
Even when everybody's healthy, how much is it healthy to mix and match lineups, to do things differently game to game, that you don't actually have an A-list guy at the top, 1 or 2 and Paul George type guys, that you kind of have to work around?
How does it?
How much does it help you as a coach to be able to mix and match lineups and plug guys in where you want to plug them in rather than sort of having to go with superstar roles or things like that?
I like having superstars. I had a couple of them in Golden State, and it was fun. But I think I see what you're saying. It's been a lot of fun coaching these guys because they're all willing to take whatever the role is to help the team win. And something like tonight, the guys on the bench all played more minutes than the starters. And when I turned around to kind of survey the bench to see if I wanted to make a move. Literally 2 or 3 of the starters told me, leave them in, let them go. Like, so like it's a lot of fun to coach that way, where everyone, and it's obviously not like that every night, but you know, for the most part, everyone is okay with what their role is, and knowing that certain nights it's going to be other people's night, and we're not all just, you know, getting the ball to one guy. But I think you can still play that same way with the, you know, the elite superstars in this league too.
Last question, guys.
The eventual days, you know, the guys who have grown into that, they'll have grown up in this.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the idea. Yeah, absolutely. You know, we could, for example, Brandon's been, you know, getting more reps with these injuries and minutes, and we could look at it like, look, we think Brandon's going to be great in this league. Let's let him shoot 30 times a night and figure out how he can score best. But we're still staying on him as far as if he turns the corner and the defense rotates, we want him to make the swing pass. And he did it tonight a couple times. If he turns the corner and the help's not there, look to score. So we feel like as these young players grow and develop, if we can stay on them about the way we want to play, we've set a foundation for the future of the way that we're going to get things done.
Thanks, guys.